Tej Dhawan and his entrepreneurial spirit arrived in Iowa to pursue a college education. But it was much earlier in life when family and friends discovered a natural business acumen far beyond his years.
What I had in my possession was a treasure trove of comic books. And my dad, who used to work for the US Embassy, had access to Archie, Richie Rich, and all kinds of other comic books. And I had stacks of them. And my friends were always borrowing them. So I started to charge my friends a quarter, equivalent of a quarter, so 25 paise for each comic book. And if an adult wanted it, it was a rupee. Within a few weeks, I was making more money from loaning out my comic books than the allowance that my parents were giving me, and the allowance became irrelevant. That's when I knew that I was not cut out to be an employee. I would make a pretty poor employee if I didn't get to tweak, adjust, make new rules. So that's when it started, somewhere around age 8 or 9, I think.
Tej came to Iowa to attend Central College in Pella. There he met his wife and still serves on the school's board of directors. Seeing a need for the incubation of talent in the areas of technology, Tej co-founded Startup City in Des Moines. His investment of time and energy in the startup community has placed Iowa on the map and directly in front of investor and business leaders from around the world. His passion for seeing others succeed and his leadership on immigration reform has been key.
Immigration in Iowa especially cannot be controversial. Iowa's first immigrant, Julian Dubuque, through present-day immigrants coming in as children or professionals, are all adding to our economy. So whether it was Julian Dubuque creating the lead mines in Dubuque, or the doctors at Mercy and DMU, or the programmers at Wells Fargo, or the principal, every one of these individuals coming in is adding to what makes Iowa great. We're largely growing from immigration, and the reason immigration is driving this population growth is because we have global leaders in form of our organizations. I don't just mean for-profit companies, but I also mean educational institutions. Whether you look at the 3 public universities or the 29 private colleges, there is an amazing amount of talent that looks at the quality of these organizations and arrives here.
As co-founder of Startup City in Des Moines, Tej fostered the ideas of hundreds of entrepreneurs in an effort to celebrate creativity and new technologies, as well as exciting new business opportunities. Among business colleagues or friends, Tej is a kind and thoughtful catalyst for positive change.
So what Tej means in Sanskrit is shining light, shining brightness over objects and subjects. And that's what is done on multiple issues: immigration, about Startup City, about education, about culture and other events. So that's why we're very excited.
Reflected in his life and work are the tenets of Sikhism, and he's working to engage Iowans on how this impacts a positive view on many aspects of life.
I'm not a theologian. Ultimately, I'm a computer science and math graduate. So what I look for is things that make logical sense to me. And what makes logical sense to me in the world is a sense of equality. There is little reason why a person born in the US has more rights than a person born in sub-Saharan Africa. There's little reason why I have a bigger say than my preteen son in my household. If he has a logical argument, he should be able to win that argument. What I gained out of a secular education in India was an ability to look at every religion and respect every religion, but follow in my heart what made the most sense. And what makes the most sense to me are the tenets of Sikhism, which at their very basic level tell me how, what is expected of me to live. And one of the things that's expected of me to live is a basic respect for human life at an equal level. Men are not different than women and should not have higher or lower rights. Children are not different than adults, should not have higher or lower rights. They are all humans who have to be respected equally.
The Iowa International Center is proud to celebrate Tej and his outstanding work in community leadership with this Passport to Prosperity honor.